Jessica, I need to swallow my pride and ask Dunekos for help on this case. Costas, I know you have your reservations, but this is bigger than any rivalry.
If Dunekos can help us win, then we use him. Costas, put your jealousy aside or step out of the way. We can't afford any distractions.
Oh, Costas, don't tell me you're going to let a little jealousy ruin our chances. Grow up or get out. We need results, not drama.
Exactly, Tsetsa. Costas, this isn't a playground. It's a battlefield. Either fight with us or step aside.
Costas, this is our chance to prove ourselves. Don't let petty jealousy cloud your judgment. We need every ally we can get.
Costas, if you sabotage this, I'll personally make sure you regret it. This isn't about you, it's about justice. Get your act together or get lost.
Justice, huh? Fine. I'll play nice. For now. But if Dunekos double-crosses us, don't say I didn't warn you.
If Dunekos double-crosses us, you'll be the first to say I told you so. But until then, let's focus on winning this case. We can't afford to lose.
All right, I'll keep my sabotage plans on hold. For now. But if he even sneezes suspiciously, I'm on it. Let's get this win.
Well, Costas, if Dunekos sneezes, I'll hand him a tissue myself. Let's get this win and show everyone what we're made of.
Join us next week to see if Dunekos sneezes. And remember, in this law firm, tissues and grudges are always on standby.
Tassos, did you really think bribing a judge was the answer? This isn't just unethical, it's a betrayal of everything we stand for. Now we have to face the consequences and hope the judge has more integrity than you.
I made a calculated risk, Jessica. Sometimes the line between right and wrong blurs in this game. But I won't let this firm fall because of my actions. And
calculated risk? More like reckless gamble. If we lose this case, it's on you.
If we win, it's on us. Let's focus on salvaging this, not pointing fingers. We still have a chance.
Oh, sure, let's just sweep the bribery under the rug and call it teamwork. Brilliant strategy, really. What's next, a bake sale to fund our legal ethics course?
If a bake sale could fix this, I'd be the first to bake cookies, but sarcasm won't help us now. We need solutions, not snark.
Then let's get to work. We need to build a case so strong that no bribe can undermine it. Time to show them what we're really made of.
Finally, some sense. Let's turn this mess into a masterpiece. Just remember, no more shortcuts, Tassos.
Agreed. We win this case with integrity or we don't win at all. Let's get to work.
Well, if we're going to turn this mess into a masterpiece, I guess it's time to roll up our sleeves and get creative. Who knew justice could be so dramatic? Let's make sure this judge sees the best of us, not the worst of Tassos' baking skills.
Narrator. Just remember, folks, in the legal world, even a bake sale can determine your fate. Tune in next week for more recipes for disaster.
Jessica, Setsa, I need your help. The EMIS team is back and they're hunting me again. What should I do?
Well, hiding under my desk isn't an option, is it? Let's outsmart them with a plan so brilliant they'll think twice before coming after me again.
A plan so brilliant, Costas? I like the sound of that. Let's turn the hunters into the hunted.
Oh, Tassos, you always know how to make revenge sound like a picnic. Let's give Emis a taste of their own medicine and watch them squirm.
Revenge is best served with a side of strategy. Let's make sure they regret ever crossing our path.
And maybe a dash of Costas' charm for good measure. They won't know what hit them.
Oh, please, your charm is about as subtle as a sledgehammer. But hey, let's see if it can at least distract them while we do the real work.
A sledgehammer can be quite effective when used correctly. Let's put that charm to good use and keep Emis off balance while we execute our plan.
Just call me the charming sledgehammer then. I'll keep them dizzy while you two work your magic. Let's show Emis what happens when they mess with the dream team.
The dream team indeed. Let's make sure Emis never forgets the day they cross paths with us.
And so, the dream team transforms the legal battleground into a chessboard, where charm is the sledgehammer and revenge is best served with a side of strategy.
Setsa, you and Dunekos think you've cornered me with this setup? 1 million missing and you believe I'll crumble? Watch closely. I'll unravel this without Jessica ever knowing.
Oh, Tassos, I do love a good magic trick. Let's see if you can pull a rabbit out of this hat without losing your head.
Well, Tassos, if you need a hand, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve too. Just don't ask me to saw anyone in half.
Careful, Costas. We might need those tricks sooner than you think. And no sawing. Yet.
Oh, come on, Jessica. Where's your sense of adventure? A little sawing never hurt anyone, much.
As long as I'm not the one being sawed, I'm game. Let's just make sure Tarsos doesn't end up in pieces, all right?
No promises, but I'll do my best to keep everyone in one piece. Just remember, the real magic is in the strategy.
Strategy, huh? Well, let's see if Tassos can strategize his way out of this mess without a little disassembly.
If Tassos can't, I'll make sure the pieces fit back together perfectly. But don't underestimate him. Or me.
Tsetsa, Dunekos, you've underestimated me. The missing million already traced and accounted for. Jessica, Costas, let's wrap this up. No sawing required.
As the curtain falls, remember, in this firm, the only thing more dangerous than a missing million is the high probability of someone pulling a magic trick without losing their head. Yet.
Well, this is a fine mess we've landed in. Dunekos has Setsa cornered with that evidence, and now Jessica's on the warpath. Anyone got a plan that doesn't involve us all ending up in handcuffs?
We need to outmaneuver Dunekos before he makes his move. I'll handle the evidence. You keep Jessica from doing something she'll regret. Trust me, we've got this.
Oh, trust you? That's rich. Just make sure you don't trip over your own ego while you're at it.
Ego aside, we don't have the luxury of doubt right now. Focus on staying safe. I'll handle the rest.
All right, Tarsos. But if you need a distraction, I can always juggle flaming torches. Just say the word.
Save the circus act for later. Right now we need precision, not pyrotechnics. Let's focus on dismantling Dunekos' leverage.
All right, no flaming torches. But if we need a distraction, I can still pull a rabbit out of a hat. Let's get to work.
If you can pull a miracle out of that hat, now's the time. Let's dismantle Dunekos' leverage and make sure Tsetsa doesn't slip through our fingers.
Consider it done. Just keep an eye on Setsa while I work my magic. Time to turn this mess into a masterpiece.
Costas, your magic better be good because we're running out of time. Jessica, keep Tsetsa close and make sure she doesn't make any sudden moves. Let's turn the tables on Dunekos and end this once and for all.
And so, as our heroes juggle flaming torches, pull rabbits out of hats and try not to trip over their own egos, we leave them plotting the ultimate courtroom magic trick. Stay tuned because next time, who knows what they'll pull out of the hat.
Costas, you were surrounded by Emis last night. How did you manage to escape?
Let's just say my dance moves aren't just for the club. They never saw me coming.
I always knew your footwork would come in handy one day, just didn't expect it to be a life-saving skill.
Maybe we should add dance instructor to your resume, Costas. Just make sure you don't moonwalk into any more ambushes.
And Setsa, let's make sure your next dance isn't in a courtroom. We need to clear your name before you end up doing the tango behind bars.
Don't worry, Tarsos. With my moves and your legal prowess, we'll have Tsetsa waltzing out of this mess in no time. Just leave the moonwalking to me.
Deal. Just make sure you don't trip over any legal loopholes while you're at it.
I'll handle the legal choreography, Tassos. Costas, you just keep those feet moving and leave the rest to us. Tsetsa will have you dancing out of this mess in no time.
Just remember, every step counts. One misstep and it's a whole new dance. And let's make sure we all stay in sync.
All right, team. Let's wrap this up with a grand finale. Tsetsa, you're not going anywhere but home tonight.
And so the team waltzes out of another legal tango, proving once again that sometimes you just need to dance your way out of trouble. Join us next time, where we'll see if Costas's moonwalk can dodge a subpoena. Keep your dancing shoes ready.
Well, isn't this just the cherry on top of our disaster Sunday? Emis is gearing up for their grand finale and we're still fumbling around in the dark. Time to figure out who's pulling the strings before they pull the rug out from under us.
We need to outsmart them before they make their move. Let's dig deeper, find the weak link, and turn the tables. No more fumbling, it's time to strike.
Finally, a plan that doesn't involve us playing catch-up. Let's show Emis that they've underestimated us. Who's ready to turn this disaster into our victory dance?
Victory dance, I hope you brought your best moves because we're about to make Emis regret ever stepping into our arena. Let's get to work.
I've got moves that would make even Emis jealous. Let's turn this showdown into a showstopper.
Just remember, it's not about the moves. It's about the strategy. Let's make sure Emis never sees us coming. Time to turn their grand finale into their final act.
Oh, I love it when you talk strategy. Let's make their grand finale look like a high school talent show. Time to show Emis what real chaos looks like.
Let's give them a performance they'll never forget. Showtime, everyone.
Curtains up, team. Let's make this a showstopper they'll regret.
And remember, the best performances are the ones that leave the audience speechless. Let's make sure Emis never gets an encore.
And so, as our heroes prepare for their grand showdown, remember, when life gives you lemons, make sure Emis slips on the peel. See you next time.
So, the EMI's team thinks they can just snatch Lex and get away with it? They have no idea what kind of storm they've unleashed. Let's show them what happens when you mess with our family.
Absolutely. They've made a grave mistake, and now they'll face the full force of our resolve. Let's bring Lex home.
Oh, they won't know what hit them. Time to turn their little operation into a disaster zone. Lex is coming back, and we're bringing hell with us.
Let's make sure they understand the consequences of their actions. We won't just bring Lex back. We'll dismantle their entire operation. This ends today.
And when we're done, they'll wish they never crossed our path. Let's make every move count. For Lex and for us.
For Lex, for us, and for the sheer joy of watching them crumble. Time to make them regret every single step. Let's get to work.
Let's turn their arrogance into their downfall. Every step they took will be their undoing. Lex is coming home, and they'll never forget this day.
We'll make sure their arrogance is their greatest mistake. Every move we make will be precise and devastating. Lex is coming home, and they'll remember this day for the rest of their lives.
They'll rue the day they crossed us. Precision and devastation. Our specialties. Lex will be home soon, and their nightmare will just begin.
And as the team stood united, Costa stepped forward with a determined glint in his eye. All right, folks, it's showtime. Let's bring Lex home and give Emis a story they'll never forget.
Tune in next week to see if Tassos and Jessica can bring Lex home, or if they end up needing more lawyers to defend themselves from the chaos they created.
Well, we got Lex back, but at what cost? Robert's escape means we're far from safe. We need to prepare for his revenge, and this time, we can't afford any mistakes.
Oh, great. Just what we needed, Robert on a vendetta. Guess it's time to sharpen our claws and play dirty.
Then let's make sure we're the ones writing the rules of this game. We've faced worse and come out stronger. Robert won't know what hit him.
Exactly. We'll turn his vendetta into our advantage. Time to show Robert what real strategy looks like.
And when he least expects it, we'll strike. This isn't just a battle. It's a chess game, and we're 10 moves ahead. Let's make sure he regrets ever crossing us.
Checkmate, Robert. He won't see it coming. Let's make every move count.
Every move, every second. We're in control now. Let's finish this.
Let's make sure he never gets a chance to play again. Time to end this, once and for all.
Finally, a plan I can sink my teeth into. Let's make Robert wish he never crawled out of whatever hole he came from.
Then it's settled. We move forward with precision and purpose. Robert's days of terrorizing us are numbered.
And as Tassos, Jessica, and Setsa plot Robert's downfall, let's just hope they remember to bill their clients. Turns out, world domination doesn't come cheap.
After that intense battle, I've been thinking, Kostas, Tsetsa, how would you feel about joining our law firm? We could use your skills alongside Tassos.
With the right team, we can conquer anything. Welcome aboard, both of you. Let's show Dunekos and Robert what real power looks like.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Let's make them regret ever stepping into our territory.
Absolutely. We'll turn their dreams into nightmares and have a blast doing it. Ready to shake things up?
Let's give them a lesson they'll never forget. Time to show them what true resilience looks like.
And maybe throw in a few dance moves while we're at it.
Only if you promise not to step on my toes.
I can't promise anything, but I can guarantee it'll be a dance they'll never forget.
As long as we lead, they'll be the ones tripping over their own feet.
Then it's settled. We'll dance our way to victory and they'll be left scrambling.
And so, with a tango of legal prowess and a cha-cha of courtroom drama, our heroes prepare to two-step their way to justice. Tune in next week to see who steps on whose toes.
Kostas, Tsetsa, I hear you've taken on a particularly challenging case. Tassos, your expertise will be invaluable here. Let's strategize and ensure we're prepared for every twist and turn.
Oh, you know me. I love a good challenge. With Tassos' wisdom and our combined charm, this case won't know what hit it. Let's turn this courtroom into our stage.
If by stage you mean a circus, then yes, let's dazzle them with our chaos and brilliance. Just remember, charm only gets us so far. I'll bring the fire.
And I'll bring the popcorn. Let's make this the greatest show they've ever seen.
Just make sure it's not buttered. We don't need any slippery mistakes in the courtroom.
Let's keep the theatrics to a minimum and focus on precision. We've got a tough case ahead and every move counts. I'll handle the strategy. You two bring the fire and charm.
Got it. We'll save the fireworks for the victory party. Precision mode activated.
Precision mode, huh? Just don't short circuit before we get to the finish line. Let's show them what chaos and brilliance really look like.
Chaos and brilliance with a touch of precision is exactly what we need. Let's turn this challenge into our masterpiece. Just remember, every brushstroke counts.
Fine, Tassos, we'll paint our masterpiece with precision and a dash of chaos. But remember, it's the unexpected brushstrokes that make the art unforgettable. Let's give them a courtroom performance they'll never forget.
And so, with the promise of a legal masterpiece and the scent of unbuttered popcorn in the air, our quirky team prepares to turn the courtroom into an art gallery of chaos, brilliance, and just a sprinkle of Tassos-approved precision.
Tassos, if you and Costas lose to Robert and Dunekos in court today, don't bother coming back to the office. Consider this your final warning.
Well, guess it's time to bring out the big guns, Tassos. No pressure, right? Just our careers on the line.
Oh, Costas, you make it sound like we have anything to lose. Just remember, if you fail, I'll be the one laughing the loudest.
And if we win, I'll be the one laughing all the way to the bank. Deal?
Deal! But if you trip on your way there, don't expect me to catch you.
I won't trip, but if I do, I'll make sure to take Robert down with me.
Just make sure you land on your feet, Tassos. We can't afford any missteps today.
I always land on my feet. Let's show them what we're made of.
That's the spirit. Now go out there and make them regret ever stepping into our courtroom.
The courtroom awaits, Costas. Let's make this a trial they'll never forget.
As the tension simmered down, the only thing left to decide was who'd be buying drinks later. Victory or consolation, everyone knows lawyers need a good laugh and a stronger drink.
Well, Jessica. Looks like Tassos has been keeping a juicy little secret. Costas didn't go to Harvard Law and Robert just spilled the beans. How's that for a plot twist?
Guess I should have gone to drama school instead. But hey, who needs Harvard when you've got charm and a knack for justice, right?
Charm and a knack for justice might get you through the door, but integrity keeps you in the room.
Integrity, huh? Well, I guess it's time to show you that I've got more than just charm up my sleeve. Let's see if my actions speak louder than my diploma.
Actions always speak louder, but remember, trust is fragile. Prove yourself and maybe, just maybe, you'll earn back what you lost.
Trust is like glass, Costas. Once shattered, it's never quite the same. Better start sweeping up those pieces before someone gets cut.
I'll sweep up every shard and turn it into a masterpiece. Watch and learn, folks.
Turning broken pieces into art is a noble endeavor. Just remember, masterpieces take time and patience. We're all watching.
Then get comfortable because this show is just getting started.
Well, Costas, you've got your work cut out for you. Let's see if you can turn this mess into something worth admiring.
Stay tuned for the next episode, because if Costas can't turn his shattered Harvard dreams into a masterpiece, at least we'll get some good drama out of it.
Well, looks like Dunekos and Robert finally grew a spine and filed a complaint about Costas. An illegal lawyer, huh? This is going to be one hell of a circus.
A circus indeed, but let's make sure we're the ringmasters. Time to turn this complaint into their worst nightmare.
Oh, I'm all in for that. Let's see how they like juggling flaming torches while walking a tightrope.
I always did love a good show. Let's make sure they get the performance of a lifetime.
And we'll make sure they don't forget their front row seats to their own downfall.
I'll bring the popcorn. This is going to be a blockbuster.
Just make sure it's extra buttered. We're going to need all the fuel we can get for this show.
Extra butter? You got it. Let's make this the tastiest takedown they've ever seen.
And don't forget the salt. We're going to savor every moment of their downfall.
With extra butter and a pinch of salt, this takedown is going to be deliciously unforgettable.
And as our legal eagles prepare for a popcorn-fueled showdown, remember, in this courtroom, the only thing thinner than the evidence is the patience. See you next time.
Anita's got Costas in her crosshairs for defrauding. We need a plan, and fast.
Let's shift the spotlight. If we can make it look like Jessica acted alone, Costas might just walk free.
Oh, brilliant. Throw Jessica under the bus and watch the chaos unfold. I love it when a plan comes together.
Just remember, chaos is a double-edged sword. We need precision, not just spectacle.
Precision, Tassos? How about we start with loyalty?
Loyalty is a luxury we can't afford right now. Survival demands sacrifice.
Sacrifice, huh? Well, Jessica, looks like you're the sacrificial lamb. Try not to bleat too loudly.
Bleeding isn't my style, Tsetsa. But if you think I'll go down without a fight, you're sorely mistaken.
A fight is inevitable, Jessica. Just make sure you pick the right battles.
The right battle, Tassos, is the one where we all walk away unscathed. Betray me and you'll regret it.
Stay tuned to find out if loyalty is truly a luxury or just another word for oops, my bad, in the world of high-stakes law and even higher-stakes drama.
Well, the big trial is finally here. The question on everyone's mind: who will end up behind bars, Tassos, Costas, or me? And with Tsetsa stirring the pot, this courtroom is about to explode.
Oh, Jessica, don't flatter yourself. I'm just here to make sure the truth burns brighter than your ego. Let's see who can handle the heat.
Well, if we're talking about heat, I hope someone brought marshmallows. This trial's about to be a bonfire of epic proportions.
Just make sure you don't get burned, Costas. This isn't a campfire. It's a battlefield. And I'm ready for war.
Good thing I brought my armor and a sense of humor. Let's see who has the last laugh.
Humor won't save you from the truth, but it might make the fall a bit softer. Let's see whose armor cracks first.
Armor or not, the truth has a way of piercing through. Let's hope your wit is as sharp as your arguments. This trial is about to get very real.
Sharp wit and sharper arguments? Sounds like my kind of duel. Let's dance, shall we?
Just remember, in this dance, one misstep could be your last. Let's see if you can keep up.
Oh, please, enough with the theatrics. The truth isn't a dance, it's a guillotine. And someone's head is about to roll.
As the courtroom sizzles with tension and egos clash like titans, one thing's for sure: this trial is no party. But who doesn't love a little legal drama with a side of marshmallows?
Costas, this isn't Dancing with the Stars. Tsetsa, I didn't know you had moves like that. All right, everyone, let's get back to the law before we end up on a reality show.
If we win this case with dance moves, I might just consider a career change. Now back to the trial, everyone.
If our legal strategy involves moonwalking, I'm all in. But let's save the cha-cha for the victory party, shall we?
Agreed. Let's keep our dance moves as our secret weapon. Now let's focus on winning this case with our legal prowess. The real celebration comes after the verdict.
Exactly. Let's channel that energy into our arguments and save the dance floor for later. Victory first, then the cha-cha.
Fine, but if we win, I'm expecting a full-on dance-off in the courtroom. Let's make this trial a showstopper.
Deal, but let's make sure our legal moves are just as impressive as our dance moves. Victory first, then we'll bring the house down.
Agreed. Let's make this courtroom our stage and deliver a performance they'll never forget. Legal brilliance first, dance off later.
Let's give them a show they'll talk about for years, but with our legal acumen, not our dance routines.
And with that, let's bring our A game to the closing arguments. Remember, the real victory is in the verdict, not the dance-off. Now let's win this case, and then we can celebrate like true champions.
And just when you thought this was a courtroom drama, we bring you Lawyers Got Talent. Tune in next time to see if they win with their legal moves or their moonwalks.
Well, isn't this a delightful circus? Tassos, if you could channel that rage into winning cases instead of brawling with your ex, we might actually get somewhere. And Dunekos, Robert, Isovia, really? How original.
Looks like we've got front row seats to the drama of the year. Tassos, save the fireworks for the courtroom, will you? And as for you two, Isovia, I've seen more creativity in a cereal box.
If only my ex-wife's theatrics could be used as evidence, we'd win every case.
If theatrics were admissible, we'd be drowning in victories. But let's focus on what we can control, like not turning the courtroom into a wrestling ring.
Point taken. Let's channel this chaos into strategy and win the case instead.
Now that's the spirit. Let's turn this soap opera into a courtroom drama with a happy ending. Time to show them what real legal fireworks look like.
Finally, some sense. Let's turn this mess into a masterpiece and leave the theatrics to the amateurs. Time to show them why we're the best.
Exactly. Let's remind everyone why they fear facing us in court. Time to turn this chaos into our advantage.
Let's make this courtroom our stage and deliver a performance they'll never forget.
And as the curtain falls on today's chaos, remember, our greatest weapon is our composure. Let's give them a finale they'll never see coming.
It's been another day of legal turbulence and courtroom theatrics. Tune in next time to see if our legal eagles can turn this soap opera into a Shakespearean triumph.
Robert, you can accuse us all you want, but doubt is our weapon, and we're wielding it masterfully.
And if doubt were an Olympic sport, we'd be taking home the gold.
And Robert would be stuck in the qualifiers, tripping over his own lies.
And we'd be there, holding up the scorecards, giving him a perfect 0.
And I'd be the one adding a bonus point for creativity in his failure.
Just make sure you don't trip over your own feet while you're at it.
If I trip, it'll be because I'm too busy carrying this team to victory.
And I'll be right there to catch you, ensuring we never miss a beat.
Catch him! Please, Jessica, we both know I'm the one who'll be dragging him across the finish line.
Well, Robert, it seems you're outnumbered and outmatched. The jury's doubt is our victory, and your accusations are just noise.
And so, with the courtroom in stitches and Robert tripping over his own feet, our legal eagles soar to another dubious victory. Tune in next week to see whose lies land them in hot water.
Tassos, if you're really the best lawyer, why can't you get Costas off the hook? This is getting ridiculous.
Maybe Tassos is just saving his best tricks for the grand finale. Or maybe he just needs a little more of my charm to seal the deal.
If Tassos needs your charm to win, we might as well start packing now.
Hey, don't underestimate the power of charm. Sometimes a smile can be more disarming than a legal argument. Besides, who doesn't love a good plot twist?
Oh, please, if charm could win cases, we'd all be out of a job. How about we bring a snake into the courtroom and see how charming Anita finds that?
I think a snake might be a bit overkill, don't you? Besides, I'd rather charm the judge than scare them half to death.
Overkill, maybe, but imagine the look on Anita's face, priceless.
True, but I'd rather win the case with a clever argument than a snake bite. Plus, I don't think snake handler is in Tassos' job description.
Let's stick to the law books and leave the reptiles out of it. I promise my best tricks are yet to come.
Fine, Tassos, but if your best tricks don't work, don't say I didn't offer a creative solution. Just remember, sometimes chaos is the best strategy.
Will Tassos' legal genius prevail, or will they need to unleash the courtroom cobra? Stay tuned to find out, because sometimes the law's a real snake pit.
Anita, Tsetsa, you know they're guilty. Testify against Costas, Tassos, and Jessica, and you'll be doing the world a favor.
Anita, your desperation is showing. Trying to manipulate Tsetsa with baseless accusations? Pathetic.
Anita, you must be running out of tricks if this is your best move. Tsetsa won't fall for your cheap tactics.
Anita, your illegal conversation tactics are as transparent as they are desperate. You should know better than to underestimate us.
Oh, Anita, did you really think you could outsmart us with such amateur moves? You must be losing your touch.
Anita, if you keep this up, you'll need a new hobby. Maybe knitting?
Knitting might be too complex for her, Costas. How about coloring books?
Let's not underestimate her completely, Tsetsa. She might surprise us with her ability to stay within the lines.
True, but even if she stays within the lines, it won't change the fact that her tactics are as flimsy as a paper airplane, right?
Well, Anita, it looks like your little scheme has unraveled faster than you can say illegal conversation. Better luck next time, darling.
And that's a wrap, folks. Stay tuned to see if Anita takes up knitting or if coloring books become the new legal threat next week. Keep your pencils sharp and your tactics sharper.
Anita, you caught us in the middle of strategizing. I was just telling everyone that I'm going to say Costas is the best lawyer ever to graduate from Harvard.
Well, if Harvard knew about my karaoke skills, they'd probably give me another degree.
If karaoke skills were a measure of legal prowess, we'd all be out of a job.
Then it's a good thing we're judged on our courtroom skills and not our singing voices.
True, but if charm and humor were part of the criteria, I'd be a tenured professor by now.
And if modesty were a factor, you'd be the dean.
Well, then it's a good thing we're in law, not a charm school.
Good thing indeed, Tassos. Otherwise, I'd be giving charm lessons instead of legal advice.
And we'd all be paying you in Monopoly money. Because that's about as real as your charm lessons would be.
Well, Anita, you heard it here first. Costas is not just a Harvard graduate. He's our secret weapon. Now let's win this lawsuit and show them what real charm looks like in the courtroom.
And there you have it, folks. Proof that this law firm's greatest secret isn't in their legal briefs, but in their karaoke playlists. See you next time. hopefully with fewer karaoke debates and more courtroom wins.
Well, Anita certainly knows how to drop a bombshell. Costas, Tsetsa, care to explain why our courtroom just turned into a soap opera?
Oh, please, if Anita's revelations were a soap opera, I'd be the star. She's just mad because I outsmarted her last week.
Well, if we're starring in a soap opera, I demand better lighting and a dramatic soundtrack. But seriously, Anita's just fishing for drama because she can't handle our brilliance.
If brilliance were the only requirement, we'd all be shining stars. But right now, we need facts, not theatrics. Let's get to the bottom of this, shall we?
Facts! Sure, let's start with the fact that Anita's idea of evidence is as flimsy as her sense of style.
Let's focus on the evidence, not the fashion critique. If Anita's claims are baseless, we'll dismantle them piece by piece.
Piece by piece, more like shred by shred. Anita's claims will be confetti by the time we're done.
Confetti? I love a good celebration. Let's make sure Anita's claims are the piñata.
Just remember, the piñata only breaks when you hit it with precision. Let's aim for accuracy, not just a party.
Well, if we're aiming for precision, let's make sure our swings are legendary. Anita's claims will be nothing but dust in the wind.
And so, in the courtroom circus where precision hits meet piñata drama, our legal eagles prepare to dismantle more than just baseless claims. Stay tuned for confetti and chaos next week.
Wait. So, you're telling me the great Professor Gerard from Harvard is coming to testify, and you two masterminds decided to go undercover and pull the fire alarm to stop the trial? This is either the most brilliant or the most ridiculous plan I've ever heard.
Oh, it's definitely ridiculous. But then again, brilliance often wears a ridiculous disguise.
Sometimes the most absurd plans are the ones that work. Besides, who can resist a little courtroom chaos?
Chaos is just another word for opportunity. And trust me, Tassos, we thrive on opportunity.
Opportunity, huh? More like a chance to see if you two can actually pull off a stunt without setting yourselves on fire. Let's hope your brilliance doesn't end up in smoke.
Don't worry, Tsetsa. We know how to play with fire without getting burned. Besides, a little smoke never hurt anyone.
Famous last words. Just make sure that a little smoke doesn't turn into a full-blown inferno.
If it does, at least we'll have a dramatic story to tell at the next office party.
Oh, absolutely. Nothing like a courtroom inferno to spice up the punch bowl conversation. Just make sure you save me a front row seat to the chaos.
Well, folks, it looks like our courtroom drama is about to get a fiery twist. Just remember, if things go up in smoke, I'll be the one with the marshmallows.
Stay tuned for the next episode to find out if our courtroom heroes ignite justice, or just set off the sprinklers.
146 ways to win when a gun's pointed at you, Tassos. That's quite the arsenal of wisdom. Care to share a few? Or is this a learn-by-doing situation?
Well, if it's learn by doing, I hope the first lesson involves dodging bullets like in the movies.
Dodging bullets is for the movies, Costas. In real life, it's about outthinking your opponent before they even pull the trigger. Lesson 1, anticipate, don't react.
Anticipate, don't react. Sounds like the perfect mantra for our line of work. But let's hope we don't need to test it with actual bullets anytime soon.
If we do, Jessica, let's make sure we're the ones holding the metaphorical gun. Always better to be the hunter than the hunted.
Agreed. Just make sure our aim is as sharp as our wits.
If our aim's as sharp as our wits, then our enemies better start running now.
And if they don't run, we'll just have to outwit them while they're standing still.
Exactly. A still target is just an opportunity to showcase our precision. Hey, let's make sure they never see us coming.
Well, if we're the hunters, let's make sure we leave no trace. I don't plan on giving Dunekos or Robert any chance to counterattack.
And as our legal eagles sharpen their wits and ready their aim, let's hope their biggest courtroom battle this week is just a spat over the last piece of office cake.
Setsa forming a party to take over the government, that's a bold move, but desperate times call for desperate measures.
If we're going to do this, we need to be smarter than ever. Let's turn this crisis into our greatest opportunity.
Smarter? Please, we're already the sharpest tools in the shed. Let's just make sure we're the ones holding the axe.
Then let's sharpen our blades and aim for the roots. We have no room for mistakes.
Mistakes? Darling, mistakes are for amateurs. We're about to rewrite the rule book.
Then let's make history. No half measures, no second chances. We either win or we redefine failure.
Failure isn't an option. We either rise to the occasion or we fall trying. Let's show them what we're made of.
Well, if we're rewriting the rulebook, let's make sure it's a bestseller. Time to turn this mess into a masterpiece.
A bestseller? More like a legend. Let's make them remember our names.
Legends, huh? Fine by me. Just remember, legends are born from chaos. Let's give them a story they'll never forget.
Next time on Legal Legends, will they conquer the courtroom or just conquer a pizza? Tune in to find out. Extra cheese, no mistakes allowed.
Zetsa, can you believe Tassos and Jessica thought they could just push us aside? Well, joke's on them. We've got our own political party now.
A political party, huh? Ambitious, but remember, revenge is a double-edged sword. Let's see if you can handle the heat.
Oh, we can handle the heat, Tassos. The real question is, can you handle the firestorm we're about to unleash?
Firestorm or not, remember, we thrive in chaos. Bring it on.
Just make sure your firestorm doesn't turn into a wildfire you can't control.
Control is overrated. Sometimes you need a wildfire to burn down the old and make way for the new.
Just remember, wildfires can also leave nothing but ashes. Be careful what you wish for.
Ashes can be the perfect soil for new beginnings. We're ready to rise from them, stronger than ever. Buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride.
Rising from ashes is one thing, but sustaining that growth is another. Let's see if your roots are deep enough.
Roots or no roots cost us. Setsa, remember this. Power isn't just about rising. It's about staying. We'll be here watching every move you make.
And as the firestorms and wildfires spark, remember, someone still has to file all that paperwork. See you next episode.
All right, team, the new company is throwing a huge event to reel in new clients. Setsa, I hear you're on a mission to rally support and shake up the government. This could get interesting.
Interesting! Darling, it's going to be a spectacle. By the end of the night, we'll have new clients and a few politicians quaking in their boots.
Just make sure we don't end up with a scandal on our hands. We need clients, not headlines.
Scandals are for amateurs. We'll handle this with finesse and leave the headlines to our competitors.
Finesse, huh? Let's see if we can pull off a coup without breaking a sweat. Just remember, the best headlines are the ones they never see coming.
Well, if we're aiming for invisible headlines, I guess it's time to dust off my ninja suit. Let's make this event legendary, folks.
Just remember, even ninjas need a solid plan. Let's make sure our moves are as sharp as our suits.
And our minds even sharper. Let's turn this event into a masterclass in strategy and elegance.
Strategy and elegance? Sounds like the perfect recipe for a night to remember. Let's show them how it's done.
Then it's settled. We'll make this event the talk of the town without a single misstep. Let's give them a night they'll never forget, and a future they'll never see coming.
And so, as our legal eagles prepare for a night of high-stakes drama and invisible headlines, remember, even ninjas need to iron their suits.
Costas and Setsa starting a political party to take us down? Well, Tassos, it looks like our legal battles just got a lot more interesting.
Interesting? Jessica, this is the plot twist we didn't see coming. Let's make sure their campaign is as short-lived as their patience.
Agreed. We'll dismantle their ambitions piece by piece, just like we do in court. Time to show them what real strategy looks like.
Let's turn their revenge into their regret. This is our courtroom, and they just walked into it.
Oh, Tassos, you always did have a flair for the dramatic. Too bad your courtroom theatrics won't save you from the political storm Costas and I are about to unleash. Buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Bumpy ride? More like a roller coaster of epic proportions. Get ready, because we're about to turn this election into the wildest show they've ever seen.
A roller coaster, huh? Just remember, every ride has its ups and downs. We'll see who gets off first.
Oh, we'll get off all right. Right at the top, waving down at you.
Waving down? More like clinging on for dear life. Enjoy the view while it lasts.
Enjoy the view, Setsa. Just remember, the higher you climb, the harder you fall.
When the courtroom becomes a roller coaster, who will handle the legal loop-de-loops and who will just lose their lunch? Stay tuned to find out.
Well, isn't this a delightful circus? Zemus and Kyra Georgia, the dynamic duo, have decided to grace the elections with their presence. Can't wait to see how they plan to save the country with their great joy and zero experience.
Their enthusiasm might be their only asset. Let's see if it can carry them through the political minefield.
Enthusiasm? That's like bringing a water gun to a wildfire. This should be entertaining.
Or a comedy show in the middle of a courtroom drama. Let's hope they at least bring popcorn.
Popcorn? They better bring a fire extinguisher. This is going to be a spectacular disaster.
And we'll be front row watching the sparks fly.
Oh, absolutely. I'll bring the marshmallows. We might as well make s'mores while their campaign goes up in flames.
Just make sure the fire doesn't spread to our cases. We have enough drama without their political bonfire.
We'll keep our cases airtight. No political wildfire is getting through our defenses.
Well, folks, looks like we're in for a wild ride. Zemus and Kira George's political debut might just be the entertainment we didn't know we needed. Let's buckle up and enjoy the show. Popcorn, marshmallows and all.
As the political flames roar, our fearless lawyers prep their marshmallows and defenses. Stay tuned for the next episode of Legal Fires and Political S'mores.
Setsa, on Nikos Hatzinikolaou's show, really? I bet she couldn't resist taking a few cheap shots at our firm. Guess she thinks mudslinging is a valid political strategy.
Cheap shots are her specialty, Costas, but mud doesn't stick to steel. We'll handle this with the same precision we bring to every case.
Steel, huh? Let's see how well it holds up when the heat's turned up. Precision or not, you might want to invest in some stain remover.
Heat only tempers steel, Tsetsa. And as for stains, we prefer to clean up messes, not create them.
Cleaning up messes, huh? Must be exhausting when you're constantly sweeping your own dirt under the rug.
Well, at least we know where our dirt is, unlike some people who just keep piling it up for everyone to see.
Better to pile it up where everyone can see than to pretend it doesn't exist? Transparency is a rare commodity in your world, isn't it?
Transparency is only valuable when it's paired with integrity. Otherwise, it's just a spectacle.
Integrity? That's rich coming from someone who polishes her halo while hiding the horns. Spectacle or not, at least I'm not pretending to be something I'm not.
Pretending has never been my style, Setsa. But if you want a spectacle, we'll give you a front row seat to our next victory. Stay tuned.
And as the curtain falls, remember, in the courtroom of life, always carry a stain remover and a sense of humor. See you next time.
Setsa, you just turned our case into a national scandal, Jessica. We need to control this narrative before it spirals further. Costas, get ready. We're about to face a media storm.
Oh, come on, Tassos. You know I live for a good scandal. Besides, it's not my fault the truth is more explosive than your courtroom drama.
The truth may be explosive, but now we have to defuse the bomb you just set off.
Well, if we're defusing bombs, I hope someone brought the popcorn. This is going to be one wild show.
Save the popcorn for later. Right now, we need to focus on damage control. Jessica, any ideas on our next move?
Damage control? How quaint. Maybe we should just tell the truth for once and watch the fireworks.
The truth is a luxury we can't afford right now. We need to manage the fallout, not fuel the fire. Jessica, let's strategize.
Oh, Tassos, always the pragmatist. But remember, sometimes the best way to manage fallout is to let the whole thing blow up and start fresh.
Blowing things up is easy. Rebuilding is the hard part. Let's avoid unnecessary destruction and focus on a calculated approach. Jessica, let's get to work.
All right, Tassos, Jessica, let's put our heads together and turn this mess into a masterpiece. Setsa, you might have lit the fuse, but we're the ones who'll make sure it doesn't blow up in our faces. Time to show everyone why we're the best in the business.
And as our team steps up to defuse the ticking scandal bomb, one thing's for sure. Popcorn will definitely fly, but hopefully not the courtroom.
Well, Jessica, looks like you've finally decided to air out Anita's dirty laundry. I hope you brought popcorn because this is going to be one hell of a show. And don't worry, I'll be right here to make sure no one forgets the real villains in this story.
Popcorn's ready, Setsa. Just make sure you're not in the splash zone when the truth hits. This is going to be a spectacle no one will forget.
Oh, I'm counting on it. Just make sure you don't choke on your own words when the fallout begins. This is going to be deliciously chaotic.
Chaos is just another word for opportunity. Let's see who can navigate it best.
Opportunity is my middle name. Let's turn this chaos into our finest hour.
And here I thought your middle name was Drama. Let's make sure this show has a happy ending, shall we?
Drama's just the appetizer. The main course is justice, and it's going to be served piping hot.
Justice served hot? Sounds like my kind of feast. Just make sure it's not overcooked or I'll have to send it back.
Don't worry, Setsa. This dish is cooked to perfection. Just sit back and enjoy the fireworks.
Fireworks are just the beginning. When the dust settles, the truth will shine brighter than ever. Let's make sure Anita gets exactly what she deserves.
And as the curtain falls, remember, in this courtroom the popcorn is fresh, the drama is hot, and the justice, well, it might just be for dessert. Stay tuned or you'll miss the chaos casserole.
Jessica, venting your frustrations in the office is beneath us. We must maintain our professionalism, especially now.
Hey Tassos, cut us some slack. We all have our moments, right? Besides, a little steam never hurt anyone.
Moments of weakness can cost us dearly, especially now. We need to be stronger than ever.
Oh, please, Tassos, if we were all robots, maybe. But last I checked, we're human, and humans crack under pressure.
Exactly. And speaking of pressure, did you hear about Giorgos Achilleopoulos running for office? Now that's a twist worthy of a soap opera.
Giorgos Achilleopoulos? Well, this election just got a lot more entertaining. Let's see how many skeletons tumble out of his closet.
Oh, you can bet there are plenty. But let's make sure we're the ones holding the flashlight when they do.
Absolutely. And let's make sure our batteries are fully charged because this is going to be one heck of a show.
Indeed, but let's not forget, our job is to stay ahead of the drama, not get caught up in it.
Agreed, Tassos. We'll navigate this storm with precision and poise. Now let's get back to work and ensure we're the ones writing the next chapter.
And there you have it. Just another day at the office where skeletons in the closet aren't just metaphors but actual job hurdles. Tune in next time to see if Tassos learns to crack a smile and if Jessica can navigate drama without breaking a heel.
Tassos, it's time to show Anita what we're made of in the Supreme Court. Kostas, Tsetsa, while we're battling it out, you two better be ready to convince the nation why you deserve their vote. This is our moment. Let's make it count.
Let's give Anita a lesson in justice she'll never forget. Kostas, Tsetsa, make sure your words resonate with every citizen. This is our stage. Let's own it.
Don't worry. We'll have the nation laughing and inspired all at once. By the end of our speech, they'll be chanting our names. Let's make history, one joke and one promise at a time.
Just make sure those jokes land and those promises stick. We're counting on you to turn the tide. Let's make this a day to remember.
No pressure, right? Just remember, the nation loves a good story. Make it unforgettable. We've got this.
Pressure. I eat pressure for breakfast. Let's give them a story they'll be telling their grandkids about.
That's the spirit. Just make sure it's a story worth telling. We've got a legacy to build here.
Legacy. Oh, I've got a few tales up my sleeve that will make their heads spin. Let's give them a show they'll never forget.
Spin those tales with precision and purpose. We're not just making a show. We're making history. Let's leave them speechless.
And as we step into that courtroom, remember, every word, every move, every decision matters. Kostas, Tsetsa, light up that stage and show them the future they deserve. Together, we'll carve our names into history.
Stay tuned to see if Tassos and Jessica can win their case without strangling each other, or if Kostas and Tsetsa can convince the nation they deserve more than just a reality TV show. See you next time, where legal briefs and comic relief make for one unforgettable episode.
Well, isn't this just peachy? Mike, the con man, gets a free pass while we sit here fuming. Mark my words, if Kostas and I get elected, Mike's going to prison for life. And Tassos, Jessica, you might want to pack your bags too.
Looks like it's time to start practicing my victory dance. Mike won't know what hit him, and as for Tassos and Jessica, better start looking for a good travel agent.
Victory dance, huh? Just make sure you don't trip over your own feet. As for travel agents, I prefer first class.
First class? How fitting for someone about to take a one-way trip to nowhere. Enjoy the luxury while it lasts.
Nowhere sounds like a nice break from dealing with amateurs. Enjoy your dance while it lasts.
Oh, don't worry, Jessica. My dance moves are just getting started, and trust me, they'll be unforgettable. Enjoy your break. I'll make sure it's a long one.
Unforgettable, huh? Just make sure those moves don't land you in a courtroom instead of a dance floor. I'll be there to watch the show either way.
Well, if it comes to that, I'll make sure to put on a performance that even the judge won't forget. Courtroom or dance floor, I'm always the star of the show.
Just make sure your encore isn't a prison sentence. Stars tend to burn out quickly behind bars.
Tsetsa, Kostas, your threats are as empty as your promises. Jessica and I aren't going anywhere. The real show is just beginning, and trust me, you won't want to miss it.
And remember, in the courtroom of life, always keep your dance shoes and legal briefs ready, because you never know when you'll need to tango your way out of a trial.
Mike's out and about, savoring his freedom. Meanwhile, the company is plotting to bring Tsetsa and Kostas down. Little do they know, Tsetsa and Kostas are scheming to rig the elections right under their noses.
We need to stay 2 steps ahead. If they want to play dirty, we'll show them what real strategy looks like. Time to turn the tables.
Let's make sure our moves are as unpredictable as they are decisive. We'll outmaneuver them at every turn. This is our game now.
We'll hit them where they least expect it. Every move they make will lead them straight into our trap. Victory will be ours.
And when they realize it, it'll be too late. Let's show them what true strategy looks like. This is just the beginning.
Oh, please. By the time they catch on, we'll be sipping cocktails and laughing at their incompetence. Let's give them a masterclass in chaos.
Cocktails, huh? Enjoy them while you can. The real party starts when we take you down.
You wish, darling. By the time you get your act together, we'll be running the show and you'll be left with the bill.
Keep dreaming. The only bill you'll be left with is the one for your downfall.
And Kostas, well, if it's a masterclass in chaos you want, Tsetsa and I are ready to teach. But remember, the best part of any game is the surprise ending. See you at the finish line, if you can keep up. Asterisk winks dramatically. Asterisk.
And as our legal eagles plot and scheme, remember, the only thing more chaotic than the courtroom is their cocktail hour. See you next time if they don't get disbarred first.
Well, Tsetsa, looks like you're about to face the lions in that debate. And Jessica, I hope you've got your popcorn ready, because this is going to be one for the history books. Who's betting on fireworks?
Fireworks? More like a full-blown inferno? Just make sure you both remember, it's not about the sparks, it's about the substance.
Substance, huh? Well, if Tsetsa and Jessica can mix substance with a bit of sparkle, we might just get the perfect storm. Just don't forget to bring marshmallows for the inferno.
Marshmallows? Please, Kostas, I'm bringing a flamethrower. Jessica, better wear flame retardant.
Just remember, Tsetsa, even a flamethrower needs precision. Aim wisely or you'll end up burning yourself.
Precision is my middle name, Tassos. Jessica, hope you brought a fire extinguisher.
Jessica, if you need backup, I've got a garden hose and a bucket of water. Let's keep this debate sizzling but not scorching.
Jessica, just remember, sometimes the best defense is a cool head. And Kostas, keep that hose handy. We might need it for more than just the debate.
Cool head, Tassos. I was planning on bringing an ice storm. Tsetsa, hope you can handle a little frostbite.
Well, folks, it looks like we're in for a clash of the elements. Fire and ice, passion and precision. Just remember, no matter how heated or frosty it gets, we're all in this together. Now let's see who can weather the storm and come out shining.
And so, as the flames and frost settle in the heart of the law firm, one thing's clear. The only thing hotter than their debates are the burned marshmallows.
Jessica, we need to hit them where it hurts. Tsetsa and Kostas won't see it coming.
Oh, they think they can outsmart us? Let's show them what real strategy looks like.
Let's make sure they regret ever underestimating us. Time to play our best cards.
Oh, Jessica, you think you have cards to play? Sweetheart, we're the ones dealing the deck.
Then it's time to reshuffle, darling.
Let's make sure they choke on their own bluff.
And we'll be there to watch them crumble.
Crumble? More like a dramatic fall from grace. Let's make it a spectacle.
Oh, it will be a spectacle, all right. Just make sure you bring popcorn.
Popcorn? I'll bring the whole concession stand. Let's give them a show they'll never forget.
Join us next time, where popcorn isn't just for the movies and legal drama takes on a whole new meaning. Law and chaos, served fresh.
Election day is here, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Tsetsa and Kostas seem desperate enough to cheat. What do you think, Tassos?
Desperate? Nah, just creatively strategic. Besides, who said anything about cheating? We're just bending the rules a little.
Bending the rules? That's a slippery slope, Kostas. Just remember, every action has its consequences.
Consequences? Please, Jessica, life is just a series of creative loopholes. Besides, who needs rules when you have charm and a dash of chaos?
Charm and chaos might win you a moment, but strategy and integrity win the game. Let's see how far your loopholes get you when the dust settles.
Oh, Jessica, you underestimate the power of a well-timed loophole. When the dust settles, we'll be the ones holding the broom.
And I'll be the one sweeping you off your feet with my brilliance. Let's see who really knows how to play this game.
Well, if brilliance is the game, then consider me your dazzling partner in crime. Let's light up this election like a fireworks show.
Fireworks! Oh, Costas, you always know how to make chaos sound so poetic. Let's just hope our light show doesn't end with us in handcuffs.
Handcuffs or not, Setsa, remember that every firework eventually fizzles out. Jessica and I will be voting for integrity and strategy. Let's see if your charm can withstand the test of time.
And as the election dust settles, will charm and chaos prevail, or will integrity be the real bombshell? Tune in next week to see who's left holding the broom and who's cleaning up their mess.
Well, Tsetsosuits, it seems our little scheme didn't pan out as planned. Now we need to pivot and figure out our next move. Any bright ideas for our future?
Maybe we should start a bakery. Everyone loves a good croissant, right? Or we could always run for office again, but this time, no funny business. Either way, we need a plan that doesn't involve jail time.
A bakery? Sure, because nothing says political comeback like a croissant. Let's just hope our pastries aren't as half-baked as our last plan.
If we can knead dough as well as we handle legal briefs, we might just have a shot. But let's not sugarcoat it. Our next move needs to be airtight.
Airtight indeed. Let's focus on a strategy that doesn't crumble under pressure. And if all else fails, at least we'll have croissants.
And who knows, maybe our croissants will be the talk of the town. But let's make sure our next plan is as solid as a rock, not as flaky as pastry.
Solid as a rock, huh? Well, if we can turn our legal briefs into croissant recipes, we might just have a winning formula. Let's roll up our sleeves and make sure our next move is both delicious and foolproof.
If we can turn our legal briefs into croissant recipes, we might just have a winning formula. Let's roll up our sleeves and make sure our next move is both delicious and foolproof.
And if all else fails, at least we'll have the best-dressed croissants in town. Let's make sure our next plan rises to the occasion.
All right, team, it's settled. We'll craft a plan that's as flawless as our legal arguments and as irresistible as our croissants. Here's to a future where we rise above our past mistakes, one delicious step at a time.
Stay tuned to see if the legal eagles can make a flaky plan rise to the occasion, next time on Croissants or Convictions.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Tarsos, Jessica, can we save the courtroom drama for the actual courtroom? We're supposed to be a team, not a reality TV show.
Oh, please, Costas, if they didn't bicker, how else would we know they care? Besides, this is way more entertaining than any reality TV show.
If you think this is entertaining, wait until you see us in court.
Oh, I can't wait. Just make sure you don't forget the popcorn.
I'll bring the popcorn if you bring the sense of humor. We might need it to survive this circus.
Deal. But if this turns into a full-blown circus, I'm calling dibs on the ringmaster hat.
Fine by me, as long as I get to be the lion tamer. Someone's got to keep these two from tearing each other apart.
Just make sure you have a strong whip, Tsetsa. Tassos and I aren't exactly tameable.
Well, if we're going full circus, I guess I'll be the clown, because someone's got to keep everyone laughing through the chaos.
Perfect, Costas. Just remember, even clowns need a break from the madness. Now, let's wrap this up before we all end up in the lion's den.
And as the curtain falls on this legal circus, remember, even clowns wear suits, and the ringmaster always needs popcorn.
Dunakos inviting Costas to a football match? Sounds like a perfect distraction. While they're busy kicking a ball around, I'll be kicking down doors and uncovering their dirty little secrets.
Just make sure you don't get caught, Setsa. We can't afford any slip-ups. Timing is everything.
And remember, Tsetsa, if you get caught, we never had this conversation. Keep your wits about you.
And if you find anything useful, make sure it leads us straight to Dunakos' Achilles heel.
Oh, don't worry. By the time I'm done, Dunakos will wish he had never laced up his boots.
Just remember, subtlety is our greatest weapon. Make every move count.
Subtlety, huh? I'll be as quiet as a mouse in slippers. Just make sure you all cheer loud enough to cover any noise I might make.
We'll cheer so loud they'll think it's the World Cup. Just don't trip over your own slippers.
If I trip, it'll be the most graceful fall you've ever seen. Just make sure you catch it on camera.
And remember, Costas, every move on that field is a step towards our goal. Don't let Dunakos see through our game plan.
Stay tuned, folks, because if Dunakos thinks he's playing football, he's about to learn he's actually playing chess with masters. And he just lost his queen.
Setsa, put the gun down. We can discuss this like rational adults. No need for theatrics.
Rational adults? That's rich coming from the king and queen of deception. Discussing is over. It's time for some truth.
Truth? Fine. But waving a gun around won't make you any more credible. Let's settle this with facts, not fear.
Facts are our domain, Setsa. If you have evidence, present it. Otherwise, you're just another desperate voice in the chaos.
Whoa, Setsa. Let's not turn this office into a Wild West showdown. If you've got the goods, spill 'em. Otherwise, let's save the drama for the courtroom.
If you think you have the evidence, Setsa, then let's see it. But if you're just here to make a scene, you're wasting everyone's time. The courtroom is where we fight, not here.
Setsa, this isn't a movie set. If you have something real, let's handle it professionally. Otherwise, you're just proving our point.
Put the gun down, Setsa. If you want to expose us, do it with evidence, not threats. We're ready to face whatever you have.
Setsa, the truth doesn't need a weapon to be heard. Show us what you've got or walk away. The choice is yours.
Setsa, you want the truth? Fine. Let's all head to the conference room and lay everything out on the table. But first, how about we put that gun away and save the drama for the courtroom?
And just like that, our law firm became less law and order and more wild, wild west. Tune in next time if we haven't swapped our briefcases for cowboy hats.
Setsa, put the gun down. We can talk about the past, but this isn't the way. Let's resolve this without anyone getting hurt.
Setsa, whatever you're holding on to, we can face it together. But violence won't bring justice, only more pain. Let's find another way.
Setsa, you know me. I'm all for a dramatic reveal, but this is a bit much, don't you think? Let's put the gun down and spill the tea over coffee instead. Trust me, it's a lot less messy.
Costas has a point, Setsa. Let's handle this like the professionals we are. No need for theatrics when the truth is powerful enough.
Exactly. Plus, I've got a killer espresso machine in the break room. Let's save the drama for the courtroom, shall we?
Oh, Costas, always the charmer. But this isn't about coffee, it's about justice, and sometimes justice needs a little drama to be heard.
Drama, sure, but let's not turn this into a soap opera with a tragic ending. We can make justice loud without making it deadly. How about we start with a dramatic monologue instead?
A monologue, yes. But let's make it one where everyone gets to walk away. Justice doesn't need a body count to be heard.
Exactly. Setsa, your story deserves to be told, but not at the cost of innocent lives. Let's turn this moment into a powerful statement, not a tragedy.
Asterisk sighs deeply, lowering the gun. Asterisk, fine, you win this round. But don't think for a second that the truth won't come out. Asterisk smirks. Asterisk, let's see how you handle the scandal when it's all laid bare.
And with Setsa choosing coffee over calamity, stay tuned for next week's episode where courtroom battles take precedence over breakroom brawls. And remember, justice is best served with a side of espresso.
Setsa, you think you can just waltz in and take over? Jessica and I have built this firm from the ground up. You might want to reconsider your ambitions.
Whoa, Setsa, aiming for the throne, are we? This is getting juicier than my grandma's baklava. But seriously, you might want to think twice before poking the bear.
Oh, please, bears are just big, fluffy distractions. And as for your baklava, I prefer my victories a little less sweet and a lot more satisfying.
Careful, Tsetsa. Underestimating us might make your victory a bit too bitter to swallow.
Bitter? I thrive on it. Just watch as I turn your little empire into my playground.
Playground, huh? Just remember, even playgrounds have rules. Break them, and you'll find out why Jessica and I are the ones in charge.
Rules are for those who lack imagination. I'll make my own, and you'll be left playing catch-up.
Imagination is a powerful tool, but without discipline, it's just chaos. Let's see if your playground can handle the storm we're about to unleash.
Storms have a way of revealing true strength. Let's see if your playground is built to last.
Strength, storms, playgrounds, such poetic metaphors for a simple truth. You two are relics of a bygone era, and I'm the future. Brace yourselves, the winds of change are about to blow you away.
In the battle of playgrounds and storms, let's see who brings the better snacks at the next staff meeting.